Thank you for listening back into the Walk On Pod and continue to go through the KI Hoops family catalog. We have another staple member. Now one of Tommy's teammates, Jay Nagle, is with us today. Jay, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. Appreciate you guys having me on, man.
Young Jay.
Cool guy over there.
It's huge for the brand, man.
Huge for the brand. I wish he would have wore his full Solano jersey and shorts that he used to wear at my practices when I played for Solano and he was 7, 8 years old.
Yeah. Always had the Solano gear on me.
We actually talked about last episode. Your dad was the best. Like, he blessed his players with gear more than any other coach I've ever met.
Yeah, especially for a little Fairfield JUCO. It's probably a little better than expected.
His Adidas deal must have been crazy.
Yeah. Brand deal was nuts.
Got Jared to play a little harder, probably, Take a couple extra charges and whatnot.
Okay, I don't take charges, but
Wow. Come on, Jared.
I'm not leaving it up the refs.
Bro, he's a shot blocker, Tom. We know that.
I'm going to play straight up, two hands.
No comment.
You're going to smoke the layup, and then I'm going to get the rebound.
This is before or after your claws pierce my skin.
Okay, not this again.
Yeah, we can look at my nails at any point in time.
No, we're done. We're done.
Yeah, we don't want to take away from Jay. So Jay,
let's let Jay ride.
Yeah, usually let the guests, go ahead, tell us their story, how they got to where they are, and then we'll go from there. I know we all know your story a little bit, but the stage is yours.
Yeah, so my name is Jay Nagle. I was born in Vacaville, California, 707.
Shout out.
Yeah, Jared knows all about it.
North side.
Yeah. So obviously basketball has just been a big part of my life for a long time. I went to Willseywood High School. I knew I always wanted to play college basketball at any level, but obviously D1 was the goal. I think my junior year of high school I had a pretty good season, and I still wasn't getting tons of Division I looks. I had some interest, but nothing solid. And that summer I took a couple D2 visits, and then it was just one tournament, last tournament of the summer going into my senior year. I just kind of blew up at a double pump. I think it was. We played some team from, I want to say, Colorado, and they had a kid who was committed to a Division I in Colorado. And I played well, kind of got on the radar there. And then from that weekend, my recruitment just kind of took off. So started getting some D1 offers and interests. Ended up choosing between Santa Barbara, Santa Clara, and San Francisco. And I committed to Santa Barbara before my senior year started. So I went to UCSB for all 4 years, graduated from there this past year, and then decided to grad transfer since we had the COVID year, and ended up at Idaho State with TV down there.
Yes, sir.
Coach Looney's actually a follower of the podcast, so I know he'll enjoy this one.
Just a great team up. Fresh off the game. We're here.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, how'd it go, fellas?
Another dub in the books.
Nice.
Go Bengals.
Real games start on Monday, so we're ready to roll.
Sure.
Yeah, I remember the first time we worked out with Jay. I remember this was during one of the elementary school days, Jared. It was either Navigator or Gallardo, and he came with ZP, and you were like, "No, he can really shoot it," and I was like, "All right, like come on," and he was like lacing it, and I was like, "Okay," and I was like, "So he's got offers and stuff?" He was like, "No," and then the weekend that you were talking about that you blew up was like, I wanted to say like maybe a month after that first workout, and he was like, "Jay's going places." He was like, "Jay he got like notice." I was like, "Okay, good."
Yeah.
It was pretty funny though.
Yeah, it was all kind of out of nowhere, but definitely a blessing.
Well, Jay was just a myth to me until the springtime this year. So
Yeah, I'd always heard about Tom. I mean, Jared used to just the best guy ever.
Yeah, ZP's got some good Tom stories too.
Yeah. Shout out to ZP.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Zach Pearlstein, shout out, Cal State San Marcos. Him and Jay are best friends. He went to the real high school in Vacaville, and won both black and blue games as a senior.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sickening memory for Jay,
Yeah.
clearly.
2 game winners.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the one. I don't remember the other one, but I remember the Rager game winner. I don't
Yeah,
know.
ZP is really him for that. I mean,
Yeah, shout out ZP, but we'll move on from that.
but yeah, I'd always heard about Jay. Always Jared. Jared's classic, just 6'9" with a ratchet. And the
Yeah.
my coaches were like in the office, or I think it was, or first Jared texted me, hey, like, and this in the springtime after the season, like, hey, like, have your coaches said anything about Jay? I'm like, nah, not that I know of. And literally the next day I walk into the office, they're like, so you know Jay Nagle? And I'm like, I mean, I could definitely help put in a good word, but I've never met him, but I could definitely help out. And then what was it? I get a text from Looney like 3 days later. He's like, Jay's gonna be here on Friday for a quick visit. I'm like, that. Jay came, we shot on the gun together, got some breakfast, got some dinner, and he was a Bengal shortly after.
Exactly.
They put Tom on the job. Seal the deal. huh?
Yeah, that's like a great move by them to put Tom on the job.
Real smart, real
Yeah,
strategic.
Tom gets it done, man.
I took care of
Just
business. I
real.
did exactly.
Yeah,
did
saws
exactly
a
what we
lot of
needed to do.
wood.
Yeah.
Now, Jay, would you agree that Tommy can carry the Mr. Pocatello title or no? Like, I don't know. I've been saying he is, but
No.
Yeah, I mean, but
Yes,
how many
let's
years ago did
go.
MTV? This is year what in Pocatello?
This is year 3.
Yeah, I mean, we're on the visit, just going around campus. Everyone's Tommy, Like,
yeah, see, Mr. Pocatello. The people love him.
Mr. Poke.
Yes.
I don't know if I'd go that far, fellas.
Hello over there.
I appreciate the humility, but like, well,
Yeah, yeah. Come on, man.
I just
Do we have
just-
to? Do we
yeah.
have to bring up the the Trojan
Oak
family
Ridge was a
too?
different story. Oak Ridge was a different story. Like I definitely made my efforts.
I feel
to
like
get
that's your
around.
personality. Oh, I feel like you just like that's what you carry.
I know the athletes for sure.
All right. Jay, how are you liking it up there so far?
It's been good, man. Obviously, a little different just being in California my whole life, just the actual setting itself. But I mean, like the master's program I'm in, the basketball, like it's all good. It's everything I could want for my last year.
When
Yeah,
you
I
were
was-
going, when you oh, go ahead. Luke. No,
I was going to definitely ask about the Santa Barbara to Pocatello switch. How that's been treating you. I know the winter hasn't hit yet, but
No, I haven't experienced the full cold, but I mean it's definitely I mean that was obvious the biggest transition, just the actual setting, the environment. I mean we wear puffers for a little fashion in Santa Barbara. You gotta wear it here for
necessity.
so
Jay enjoys the snow on the mountain peak. The view you can see from Pocatello.
yeah.
It's a little different. We were at the soccer game the other day, and it was like there were some snowflakes dropping, and Jay has one fall on him, and he looks at his hand and he goes, "What the hell is this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, welcome to the mountains, Jay."
No, for sure.
So it was a new adjustment for me when I got here 2 years ago. So
Yeah.
Jay, when you were going through the process of trying to decide what kind of what was the main thing that you focused, or what was your priority going into the process of the transfer portal? I know we asked Luke the same thing
Yeah.
and stuff. Just kind of like speak about that process and just kind of how things are so different now than they were when 4 years ago when you were getting recruited for high school.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the transfer portal is just something so different and new, and you really don't know what it is until you're in it. So, I mean, like, obviously, the first thing I wanted to do was keep it like real close to me. So, like, the only people really involved were my parents, Jared, and the other guy I work out with, Dustin. So, those were really the only people who were like involved in that actual process. And then it was just about, I mean, the main thing I wanted for my last year, I just wanted to play more, see the floor more, give myself a chance to put together a little resume to hopefully play professionally after this. So I mean that was the main thing I was looking for, just somewhere that they'd let me rock out a little bit, and I didn't know I'd be able to see the floor a lot. So that was one big thing. And obviously there's like a little fear just because you see like all the stats about the transfer portal of guys that get stuck in there or whatever the case may be, have to go JUCO. But it's I mean, I think if you have the right people around you who have the right connections, it'll definitely make it a little easier.
For sure.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you felt overwhelmed at all, like at least early, because I know when I first got in, I was 100% overwhelmed. Just like I don't know how to handle all this.
No, for sure. It's a lot at once. I mean, your name gets entered in schools from out of nowhere, hitting your Twitter DMs. And
Yep.
yeah, it's wild for sure. But I mean,
Twitter DMs.
yeah, Twitter DMs crazy. But you just take your time with it, try to process everything and analyze it for what it is, especially because like I just got 1 year, so I really wanted to make the best decision so I can make the most of it.
Definitely, definitely. Would you study at UCSB?
I was sociology at UCSB, and then I'm
Okay.
doing athletic administration here.
Real
Yo,
humanitarian.
this guy is a well-rounded individual here.
Absolutely. He's grinding these night classes, fellas. Let me tell
Oh,
you.
the grad night classes. You know the pain too, huh?
Oh, hey, yeah, hey, Luke, you want to talk about that?
They're going great, man. They're
Love
going real
that.
great. They're going real great.
How about your classmates? You like all your classmates?
Yeah, get along with them really well. They appreciate having an athlete in their class too, I think. So
Yeah,
it's been
for
really
sure.
good.
How many kids?
Jay,
How many kids are in your class, Jay? You're like in your program. I mean, I'm sorry, not class. Your program.
I want to say it's about like between like 15 and 20. I want to say.
Nice. And so you're the only athlete in there, or they got some others?
No, we
it's
got
like the whole team.
3 teammates,
Oh,
assistants in it.
oh my God.
So I mean, it's basically Idaho State men's basketball and a few others.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Shout out to Coach White. Coach White's in the Thursday night class.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
getting his master's right now.
Yeah. He's in there grinding.
yeah, getting it in
Watching film while the lecture's going on.
I wouldn't put it past him probably.
probably.
Nah, Jay's really grinding. Jay's roommates Miguel and I will try to because Jay's also the pod knows avid mini golfer over here.
Yeah,
Jay's one of the mini golf members. It's me, Miguel, and Jay with occasional sprinkle AJ in there as well. AJ comes a good amount.
Is
We'll try to-
Tommy as nice at mini golf as he likes to boast?
Great
No.
question.
yeah. I mean, he's solid, but I mean, I mean, well, we always put a slushie on it. Usually, something's always on the line.
I know, but he says he never has to pay for slushies, so he's saying he wins all
Well,
the time.
Whoa. That's not true,
The
Jared.
first 3 times we went,
Two.
two.
Plus,
But-
you've been buying slushies lately, Tom.
No, I haven't bought a slushie since the summer.
We started making the group a little bigger, so Tommy didn't have to pay as often.
Safety
Jay
in numbers.
Jay can tell the story of the second time. Cause I mean that was just an absolute doozy.
Yeah, he just didn't come through. Miguel did. Something like that.
Simple as that. Last hole, just
Little hole in one.
Folded. He
Miguel
folded.
hold it, and I didn't.
Afraid of the moment? Question mark.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's not looking good for the
We
2v2.
think see here,
Not worried at all.
but Jay backed me up. That's before TB Woods came out next time around. I hold it, Miguel didn't.
Jared, what did we talk about last episode, actually, or 2 episodes ago, whenever it was? Embracing your failures. I think that's what Tommy's hinting at here. You know what I mean? Embrace the bad day, and now TB Woods.
TB Woods, baby.
Woods.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah, so
Yeah, self-given
scared.
nickname.
Yeah, absolutely self-proclaimed. I mean, shout out to Bobby Fairways. He's my inspiration.
It's okay. We could definitely roll with TB Woods when the 2v2 happens. So.
Yeah,
Jay knows. Luke, Jay's tapped into Bob Does Sports. I put him on.
Good.
I mean, the guy's just incredible.
Content God, like just
The way I
whatever he does.
base just the way I analyze things, I just immediately go to my Bob Does Sports voice, and it's just amazing stuff.
You gotta love it. Why not you?
Yeah. I can't wait till that comes out in a film session.
You might get the whole team put on the line.
I mean, talk about a guy. Talk about a guy in Jay.
Tommy, what the hell are you talking about?
Tommy, what was AJ supposed to do right here? Talk about a guy.
I'm like, well, coach. I mean, get a load of the shot on Bergen.
I don't think that'll end well for any of the Bengals.
It would be worth it though if someone was recording.
If someone was recording, it'd be worth it. But
Are you that type of guy, Jared? Like to be in film and like act a fool, or do you like take it seriously? Like, how
Nah,
were you
I
back in
was
the day?
pretty serious film guy because I had to balance out all the nonsense that was going on in any
Okay,
film
yeah,
session we had.
that makes sense.
I
I
had
was
to
gonna
run two.
say,
I had to run two film sessions one at East Bay.
how like scouts?
Yes,
How'd that go?
I mean we did better than if they would have ran it.
Get a load of this guy Waters, just a real player's coach,
Okay.
huh?
Wait, so
Um,
did you put the scout together, or did you
like
just present it?
they did the film, and then we got there, and the coach was nowhere to be found, and so
So you
I
said, let
was
me
like,
step up, make a
Nice.
play.
well, we called, and like me and Will called, and he didn't answer. So like, all right, well, guess I'll just run the scout. So,
That's big time.
yeah,
Step
okay,
up.
yeah, that's how it goes. Jay, I had another question for you. I wanted to kind of take it back a little bit for people that don't know. The real main connection between Jay and I is I actually played for Jay's dad, John Nagle. Great coach, great person. He coaches at Solano. So that's kind of how I met Jay and how I got connected. I played for his dad a long time ago. Jay's super smart, intelligent player. I'm curious is how was it playing for your dad growing up and playing for like a sense, you're playing for a college coach, or I mean your dad is a college coach. So how was it being a coach's son?
Yeah, I mean, looking back now is probably the best thing that could have happened for me. I think our relationship always stayed good, which was the main thing. I think like my parents, dad, mom, especially mom, was always worried that that was gonna like take a toll or something. But no, it was great. I mean, I learned so much from him. I played for him for so long, and he was always super hard on me, but it's what I needed, and it was good. I mean, he obviously knows what he's talking about, and I definitely wouldn't be where I am today without him or mom. So um, no, I really enjoyed it though. Like some of my best basketball memories are with him coaching, and so I mean, all of that has been great, honestly.
Do you remember Jared at all when he was playing for your dad? Because what he say, you were 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, I definitely remember Jared. I mean, their teams were some of the better Solano teams that have
Yeah,
been.
our team was good my freshman
Yeah,
year.
that's what you told me.
Yeah, we were nice. Yeah, that's when I had this. That was the longest my hair has ever been.
Yeah,
I was just gonna
I'm
say
glad
that.
that's yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was the
Damn,
longest my hair has ever been. That was like past my shoulders long.
that's
incredible.
insane.
Who'd you think you were? Like, what was the
Adam
inspiration?
Morris, Adam Morrison for
Okay,
sure.
okay, I
Yeah,
like that.
Wow.
that was my dog.
A lot of U-turn layups went on in that gym.
Blue U-turn layups, Rager threes, a lot of shit talking.
Yeah,
Atta boy, Jared.
It was funny
Oh,
though, like the when I cut it, like half the people that saw me the next day didn't recognize me. That's how long my hair was.
Yeah.
how low did you cut it that first time?
I buzzed it. I like buzzed it.
Okay, well, because I know
Yeah.
you had the mushroom cut for a little bit at East Bay, right?
Yeah. That's like the awkward phase of my hair. It looks crazy.
Yeah, no, it's your picture in my phone for your
Yeah.
context. Like I knew exactly what it looks like. I just wanted to hear you admit it.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, you're probably there's a Facebook page.
For your hair or like
No, like it's called. Hey, you can look it up. It's called Cal State Jerry, and it literally that is the picture. It's like pictures. It's a long story. I'm not gonna go into it, but
oh,
there's literally a Facebook page,
this might get
and
put on the Instagram.
Good to know. Very good
you
to
can
know.
do it. I'm not ashamed of it.
Atta
is
boy.
it
Good.
the East Bay Media Day pick? Because that one's
The what?
That's the
East
one. That's
Bay
my
Media
contact
Day.
picture.
Yeah, that one's crazy.
um, Jay, when the other thing that we've kind of talked about, it's when you were in high school, I know you're not gonna say you were a really good, smart, talented player that probably wasn't like didn't get some looks because you almost played the right way too much to a fault, like you were too unselfish,
Yeah.
especially in the system that you've played in high school and stuff. I kind of want to ask you what that you said you kind of took off when you played in a couple of those tournaments. What do you feel like changed, or what do you feel like you did different in those tournaments that like really, you know, set you apart from, let's say, how you looked maybe 6 months before that?
Yeah, I mean, one thing is just height. I mean, like I grew a lot in high school. So like when my freshman year, I was 6'1", and then I kind of grew like 2 inches basically every year. So by the time I was at those tournaments, I was probably like 6'6", 6'7", and I was playing more 2, 3 probably at that point. So I mean, size at that position definitely helps. But then like one of my other best friends, Carson Strong, he's had a really successful football career as a quarterback. He got picked up by the Eagles this past year, and he's looking for a new place now. But he was always really good at basketball, and he was on our AAU team as well. But he had a knee injury, so he wasn't there. And I think something just kind of clicked. Like if we're gonna have a chance of winning, I'm gonna have to probably do a little more. And it's just kind of my play just kind of elevated from there. I don't think it was anything uh, in particular. Just kind of played at a high level and played consistently for however many games that tournament was, and got some eyes from it.
Nice.
Got him to be a gaucho.
Did
I was
sure.
gonna ask. Obviously, UCSB is a really successful program, and you and I have talked about all the stuff that happened of your career there. Like, kind of talk about just like what it takes to win at this level because UCSB wins, and just like how rewarding that is. Like, say when you guys won the Big West.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely takes a lot. Like the attention to detail, the long hours together and by yourself in the gym, weight room, whatever it is. Like it's definitely like it's a real grind. I mean, people say it all the time, but like when you go through it, you feel it, your body, your mind. But I mean, I think that's what brings teams together, and that makes the moments when you do win and accomplish your goals that much better. So, I mean, winning Big West is something I'll never forget. Just those guys, that team. I mean, we won it during COVID, which made it a little even more better of a story. But I mean, it definitely takes a lot, and I think anyone at any level knows to an extent. But when you're playing Division 1 or NCAA in general, it's a grind. I mean, everyone here knows that, but to the regular listener, it's a process, and it takes a lot to get to the places you want to be. So
What was that like being in the tournament during COVID? Because I remember that Creighton game was crazy, but just like
yeah,
the whole, I know I've heard some stories about going from like conference tournament to Indianapolis and stuff. But what was it like for you guys?
yeah. So it was. We won. We were in Vegas for the Big West tournament. We won. And I mean, usually, I believe usually there's like a little gap. You can like go back to your school, whatever, before you head out to the tournament. Because they were doing like all the testing and stuff at the conference tournaments, they were like, you have to go straight from there to it was in Indianapolis. So we won the Big West tournament and like got back to the hotel like midnight, and they were like, you have a 6 a.m. flight to Indianapolis. So it was straight from Vegas to there. And then like each team had a hotel, but it was like you'd be like sectioned off by floor. So like our whole team staff, all that was on a floor. And then there was like a individual conference room, daily testing, all that stuff for COVID. But so I mean, I think you were a lot closer to the other teams than usual. Like I'm going up the elevator and Davion Mitchell's walking around in his socks and a basketball, just handling around the hotel. It's like you see some wild stuff from different people, different. But it's
Kings culture. Shout out to the Kings.
shout out Kings Loop. Thought I'd throw that in there from you.
There we go.
Caught the L today.
Yeah, that's all right. It's a
Yeah, your
process, dude.
boy
Dude.
Tyler Hero gamed him. How do you
Why
feel?
is that my boy? I don't care.
I don't know. I mean, you've
That's
been
actually,
hating
yeah, I
on.
feel like there's a narrative that's been created there. I don't really.
You don't think so? I feel like Jared's been hating on Tyler Hero.
No, I
I don't
didn't
think he
hate on
hates.
him.
I don't think he hates. I
No.
just don't think he like feels like he is deserving of being the guy on a
That's
championship
fine.
team.
I mean, he definitely traveled on that game winner tonight.
I
Yeah.
mean, you know,
I mean,
they
I
couldn't
didn't
let the Heat
see. I
lose to the
didn't see.
Kings twice in a row. So
Yeah, I didn't see it yet. My thing is like, if you're gonna score 25 on one end, you can't give up 29 on the other. And
We've always
we
heard that
can,
argument.
yeah. And if I've not, Luke, you can tell me if I'm mistaken. Last Saturday, The Kings literally ISO'd him the
Yes.
entire fourth quarter.
It was actually pretty crazy because it was literally just like him and Herter isoing each other. It was it was awful.
Just taking turns.
But shout out to
But
Herter,
anyway,
though.
Jay, I'm a little disappointed that you didn't make a NCAA gear haul TikTok to blow up as soon as you got to the hotel.
No, it wasn't me. Shout out Tim, our GA. I'm pretty sure he made one for.
Yeah, I think Tim did go viral for that. He was with Wyoming. He was with Wyoming at the time.
Oh, because that was like when the women's like there was all the beef, right?
Yeah, well, that not even that, but Tim, our GA, he our current GA, he just made like a TikTok like this is what you get for going to March Madness and just blew up.
Yeah.
So was the gear as crazy as Tim's TikTok, Jay? Did you get a lot of stuff?
Yeah, you definitely get a lot of stuff. I think Wyoming might have made it a round or two. So I mean, you get more as you go, but
Yeah.
yeah, you definitely get a lot of stuff.
Yeah, DJ and them got like they got like a watch. They got a bunch of stuff.
Mm.
Dang.
Yeah.
I think I got a foam roller from the Big Sky tournament last year. Which one of my teammates stole, so I don't even have that anymore.
We definitely have one of those in our house. I think Dax
You know one,
has
you know
it.
what I'm talking about, right? The blue one with the
The
Big
blue
Sky
one,
logos on it.
the Big Sky
Yeah.
logo on it. Yep.
It's in the training room. No, the Big West one was like just socks. So
Wow.
it wasn't
pretty
like
tough.
the Big West.
You're playing in Vegas though, so that's elite.
Yeah, it was fun.
But it was shut down because of COVID.
Yeah.
I
Right.
didn't go it anywhere.
Real big arena. I think it
Did
was
you not
like-
play in Vegas the other 3 years?
We played where was it?
It was LA, it was Anaheim one year, wasn't it, Jay?
Yeah, I thought it was at like the.
Yeah, it was like at the Honda Center 1 or 2 years, and then they moved it to Vegas.
Yeah, my freshman year was the Honda Center. We didn't have it my sophomore. Junior year was like Mandalay Bay, but it was closed. And then last year we played at like it was like some new hockey arena. It's in like Henderson or something. So that's where we played.
I'm not surprised the Big West was trying to keep it in California.
And,
Yeah.
Straight
Well, pretty
California
much
travel.
most of the conference tournaments are like there's a lot in Vegas now. Like WCC's in Vegas, like Big Sky.
Nah, Big Sky's in
I
Boise.
mean,
Guys,
I meant Big
Boise.
West. Big West is what I meant.
But yeah, what Pac
There's
and Mountain West.
Mountain West is out there.
And and the Pac-12 is too, I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
coaches are trying to get active.
So I've asked every KI family member this.
Here we go.
Jay, we gotta ask you what are some of your favorite Jared stories? I don't know if you were prepared by Tommy that this was going to be asked, but
yeah. I mean, I've seen a few episodes. And
there we go.
I mean, a lot of there's a lot of similarities. So I don't want to sound redundant like some of the other guests, but there's definitely the 1-on-1, 3-on-3 when he hops in, those stories. I will say the last time we played threes, it was me, Jared, and Tommy. We had quite a day.
Oh man,
Who
that
were you
was
playing against?
It was Drake.
I don't know.
Drake. Who else was it? It was Drake,
Will
ZP,
and ZP.
and GB. Was it Drake,
Oh.
ZP?
No, it was Drake, Will, and ZP.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And this
I
was
can
the first
imagine
day
how that
Jay
went.
and I had hooped together too. This was the first time Jay and I hooped together.
Yeah, and
It was
this was
an
the
absolute
first. This was
showing.
the first and probably last day that Tommy actually made shots when he was on my team.
Wow.
I mean, that's a fair assessment, but I was hitting shots for sure.
Oh
So
my
was
god!
Jay.
Jay was Jay because I'll never forget. I can say it. Tommy came up to me afterwards, Jay, and he was like, "Yo," that's all he said. He was just like, "Bro, what is this?" He was because Jay was out there in his bag.
Yeah,
Like,
Jay was just cooking off the bounce.
chop, like sidestep, hang, like
Yeah.
it was bad. He was really feeling himself. Had a couple splits into some nice like Euro finishes.
They definitely
Real lengthy inside hand.
definitely had a lengthy bang out in there as well.
Yeah.
Like it was just a hell of a day for the
juiced.
boys.
Yeah, Tommy was juiced. Will was livid.
I just knew it. And this was post retirement, Will, no?
Yes.
Because timing, yeah, so I know he was
Yes.
hot. I know
Will
he
was livid. ZP was livid. Drake, we don't know what Drake was.
Let's let Jay take back over because this is his story.
No, yeah. I mean, that was just a good day. You guys hit it. I'm trying to think any other stories. I mean, one thing that's pretty consistent when I go to any KI workout, when we get to the left hand floater off one, Jared always has something to say about my floater on the
So
day.
is this an Idaho
Sometimes he's not
State
wrong.
pandemic over there? Lefty
No,
floaters?
this is Jay. Jay wasn't allowed to shoot left hand floaters for
No,
4 years, and so then he would always try to shoot the right hand runner,
yeah,
like as opposed to. I was like, I would just yell at him.
I actually hit
it's so
Jay and
bad.
I played horse yesterday, and I yelled KI and shot a lefty floater.
Let's go, and you made it.
I don't remember if I made it or not, but I definitely didn't airball it, so
Just yelled
that's a
it.
step.
You should have at least lied and said you made that.
yeah.
Did I make it, Jay? I think I might have. I played some nice finishes on that one. I think I missed the
Jay
lefty
shaking his
floater.
head.
It's a left hand floaty, but I'm trying to think.
You got to hit on what happened post threes workout, Jay. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Because well, one, I'm not always up in sack, but when I get out there, I rarely see Jared in dad mode. This day, he was in dad mode, and we had just finished playing threes, and I don't know what Jared was doing, but Drake, as we know, had a chewy granola bar. And I don't even know how Drake gave it to Jared's baby girl, but gave her the chewy granola bar. She's eating it and walks up to him, and he's like, "What are you eating?" And she like opens her mouth, and she has the granola bar in her mouth, and Jared just loses it. She's never had processed sugar. I believe it's processed sugar.
Yeah, no processed sugar.
Oh
Why would you
no.
give her processed sugar she's never had it in her life? And just to make it even better, she starts like bouncing off the walls a little bit, going a little nuts. And Jared was really tweaking.
Yeah.
So Dad Jared, I had never seen Dad Jared.
And the best part of it all is Draco is just grinning and going, "Yep, Uncle Draco."
Yeah. Keep your kids away from Drake. That's all you
I was
need.
about to say he's that uncle, the one that's all the things that you're not allowed to do with your dad. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was interesting.
It was sick. I remember it so
Well,
well.
and plus, like that was like, I'm trying to think. Sienna was not. She was not even. She was walking, but she wasn't big, so she probably was like. She was like probably less than 18 months. So like, she was like she didn't even know what she had. She was like, "What is this?" Like she's eating banana smashed up and avocado and
Well, yeah,
broccoli.
Jay wasn't wrong. Like she started just taking laps around sport court.
Yeah, she was
She
juiced.
was on one.
I remember
Yeah.
Charlotte and Emily were just chasing her up and down.
Yeah,
the sport court.
yeah, because they were watching her. Yeah, yeah. No, that was good times. Yeah,
Have we let her touch the processed sugar since?
yeah. Nah, she hasn't had really processed sugar, no. But yeah, well, like we had Halloween on Monday, and she's like, she still doesn't understand what candy is. So it was like, be like, she gets the trick or treat, and then they give her candy, and she look at one of us, and we're like, okay, give it to us, and like, so she doesn't. She has no idea. She thinks stickers are candy, probably. So if I give her stickers, she's juiced.
There we go. A little
Shout
parenting
out.
segment from Waters.
Yeah. Shout out CC.
Yeah, see.
All right. So Jay, we kind of alluded to it earlier. You can shoot a little bit. I'm curious, when you were in high school, getting recruited, doing all that stuff, shooting wasn't as like highly reserved as like a like desired skill as it is now. What do you feel like drove you to be like a great shooter, even just like at a younger age?
Yeah, I mean, it was probably just being in the gym. Like I was always at Solano or wherever it was with my dad, watching guys, playing myself. I think like from a young age, I was on the gun. I was like, that was like my favorite thing to do was just to get out the gun and just shoot for hours and hours and hours. I think that's probably like when I was getting older, that's where it developed. But other than that, like when I started playing like 4 or 5, like around the house, the little hoop I had, I was always shooting. Um, anywhere, Duke Center, Skate Center, all in Vacaville.
Georgie
like,
Duke Center.
Duke. Like I was always getting shots of those, just like where I found fun, like what I enjoyed when I was a kid. So, and then just honestly carried on. I just grew and got stronger and just kind of extended it further and further. Like you were saying, I don't think it was a desire to build. Like I did like that specific. I was tall and could shoot it from far, and I know that like UCSB had offered me like the day before, and the coach Pasternak flew out from where he was and really was already at the tournament. He was the one who had first saw me, and I hit like 8 threes that last game, and that just kind of would help take it over the top, I think. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I would say the gun. The gun was definitely like my best friend growing up. I was always on it.
Real high.
Yeah. What Jay, if you had to like put a ballpark on it, like how many makes like per day do you think you were on? Or when did you get to the point where you were really like dialing in and number of
Yeah.
makes?
I would say probably like high school is when I was like trying to hit certain goals or targets, just because then I was probably like I'd work out with my dad's team more, and they would do like time shooting, like shooting for percentages or numbers. So that's probably like when I started like actually counting. But I mean, I'd just get them up for as long as however long I was in the gym, just put it up and over repetition.
Nice.
Reps, man. Reps,
That's
reps, reps.
and that's where the 2-minute shooting drills came from. We used to have to complete those within 2 minutes if you were going to be allowed to shoot threes.
Yeah.
Oh, little
Yeah,
3-point license.
Yeah, get your license.
That's what Coach Murphy did too. We had a 3-point
Yeah.
license.
Yeah. Love it. Love it.
No,
It was an
I like
easy
it a lot.
way to determine you should not. If you didn't get to the second spot or get out of the corner in the 2 in a rows, you probably shouldn't shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know Jay has his license.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Jay just needs
3-point license.
Jay needs to shoot more threes, in my opinion.
Heard it first.
Coach Ball.
Yeah. That's real good caddy talk right there.
Yeah,
See?
it's great
Yeah.
caddy talk.
You know, the guy
I will take
understands.
a Jay. I'll take a Jay 3-pointer any possession now, because I mean nobody's blocking a shot. So
Hear that, Jay? One pass, flamethrower.
up screen, separate, let it go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One pass, flame.
Jared's telling him to break the swing off and just.
Then he's about to report this podcast.
Yeah, I was just about to say we already talked to Coach
We're gonna
Murphy.
walk into the film session and we're gonna he's just gonna have this clipped out right.
Yeah. Oh, this always happens.
Come on.
I know, that's my bad. All right, so let's shift gears here. Tom, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, today our starting five we're going to talk about before we get into it, but our starting five we're going to talk about is music artists, and the reason behind this is Jay and I think like Jay and I have become great friends so far as Scott here. I think one of our bonding things besides basketball is 100% music.
100%.
So
yeah,
hold on.
Our little group, you, me.
I'm good.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
No, our group definitely bonds over music for sure.
yeah, me, Jay, and then AJ, of course. I mean, you see the stories, Fantasia Friday. It's just a staple in our game. So music is pretty much everything. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I mean, do we have anything on music we want to hit before we discuss the starting five, fellas?
I actually do. I didn't even think of this before. I want to. I mean, this could get controversial here real quick. Jared's guy, Kanye West, has been in the news a lot recently. I want to know his stance on this. Yeah, I don't know what's going on actually. He seemed to get a little worried when Tom said music artist. I'm thinking he had Vincent Van Gogh in his starting five. I don't know.
We can talk about it off camera.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like we made
I'm
it
not
pretty
going to
clear.
incriminate myself.
I feel like we made it pretty clear, did we not? This dude definitely had Van Gogh in there.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Look at him.
Bro, he's stressing right now.
He's going last.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Okay.
Jared,
Cool.
bro.
Oh no, no,
Oh.
no. That's not what happened. No, that's not what happened.
Okay. Well, do you want to address the Kanye situation or no? Do you want to keep that off camera as well?
Nah, we can address it because honestly, I think so. So I'll just before we say anything about any of this stuff, I always feel like it's good when these kind of issues or these kind of things happen. It's just good to have a dialogue. The sad thing is that most people only make decisions with their emotions, so it's hard for them to have like just a simple conversation without getting emotional. And I understand that some of the stuff is like really controversial. Some of the stuff causes a lot of emotions, but I'm like pretty safe in saying that when two things. One, when it comes to the stuff that gets said in the media, and this goes for not just Kanye, for anybody, the media, like the way we like process media is like we get it in clips, right? So it's like it's easy to take a 2 minute soundbite and put it out of like context and like make something sound like it's not. So that's the first thing. The second thing, I think that like there's always going to be a narrative or there's always going to be an agenda based on which media outlet you're getting your information from. With that being said, like I think some of the stuff that like obviously like I have a lot of like love for Kanye as an artist and like I think he's done a lot of things that are really positive. I think what's happening now is like he's just and I think he's just like some of the stuff he's saying is just like kind of off the rails and probably um isn't really like doesn't seem, I guess I would say I'm trying to think the right way to say it. I think some of the stuff he says is like probably shouldn't say it on TV or on like on live on media. And also like it's just coming from a place of like pain or a place of like frustration where it's like he's just like spazzing out. So I think like some of his stuff is like I don't agree with some of the stuff he says, but he's also like diagnosed bipolar. So it's like, can you really take everything he's like you have to take everything he says with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Like as far as the White Lives Matter t-shirt, right? Like that's a good example. I understood what he was trying to convey and the point he was making, but then he just took it to like a whole nother level that I think probably he didn't need to do. He probably could have just left it at that.
No, he definitely didn't need to
But
do a lot of the
but
things he's saying right now. And I get what you're saying that like you got to see the whole story, but like even
no, I'm not. Yeah, exactly. I'm not trying to defend
it's
that
pretty
stuff
awful.
he's saying. Yeah. No, totally. Like I'm not defending what he's saying. Like he's definitely off the rails.
Yeah.
But I also understand that like when your entire life is under a microscope and your whole entire life is like being dissected, like it's easy to like mess up.
Okay. Now, do you think as an avid Kanye fan are going to be judged for saying that at this point? Like
Am I
when
going to be
someone,
judged?
yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. I already get judged.
Well,
I
yeah.
get I get judged all the time for that stuff. But like I also like what I said in the beginning. So I can separate the two.
Yeah.
Whereas people can't separate it. Like you can't deny that like what he's done in the music industry, what he's done in the clothing industry is like groundbreaking.
No,
But like
I don't disagree.
for him saying some of the stuff he says, like you like this is completely unnecessary for him to say.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna stop listening to his music. I'm not gonna stop wearing his clothes because like I respect like the artistry in it.
Well, I don't know. I think it makes it harder to support him moving forward at this point, to be honest.
Yeah, I
But
mean, I
I'm not
totally,
like you said.
I fair that.
I'm not gonna stop. Like I say it all the time. Graduation's probably one of my favorite albums of all time. But I'm not gonna sit here and stop listening to his music. But I'm not gonna like feel like I'm a supporter of him. I guess I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, what do you guys like? What do you guys feel? I took a lot of time, so I don't want to take all the time.
I'm still gonna listen to his
I think
music.
he's a nutcase.
I think he's insane, but I'm still gonna listen to his music.
Jay,
Yeah.
how are you feeling? You're the music guru.
Oh man, he's definitely got some good. Same thing they said. I mean, some of the stuff he says to me is just crazy. But I mean, yeah, Graduation's still a good album. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's tough.
I mean, like the slow jams is not leaving my rotation. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I don't know. We talked about on that. We talked about that in one of my classes last week. So I don't know. I just wanted to hear you guys' take.
Yeah,
There was
I
some
think
interesting discussion on it.
yeah, I think the other thing too is like again, I haven't listened to all the interviews. Like some of the interviews like 3 hours long, so it's like I just haven't had the time to do that, and like I don't want to make an opinion off of just hearing those clips because that's to me that's not fair on either side.
Mm.
But there is like a decent amount of stuff that he's saying that like people don't want to hear that could be true. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And like whether it's good or bad or wrong or right, like there's a lot of things in like that the media covers up to me because of the whatever agenda they're trying to push.
Yeah,
It's like the same
they
thing.
do it to everybody.
Yeah, it's like the same thing with the Kyrie stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's like, you know, the stuff he said, or I haven't seen that documentary, but like certain people that other certain people that have respect in that community like support that same claim. So it's
Yeah.
like I think it's just depending on who, like what narrative and what agenda they're pushing.
Yeah, I don't know though, but I mean, like Kanye's losing his what Adidas, he's losing all this stuff. So like,
Yeah,
I think at
but
some point,
Adidas did try to rip off his designs though without
well, yeah,
his,
but
like that was the whole point, was like the contract specifically states that like he had final say on the pieces,
yeah,
and they released pieces that were his design but not under his moniker Yeezy.
yeah,
So it's like creative, you know, theft. Like,
right. No, I don't know. It's kind of a crazy situation to be honest, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean
yeah, I
it's,
just wanted to
and
hear.
we don't know all the information, you know,
No, I
like that's
definitely
the other
haven't
thing
done enough
too. Like
research to have a whole.
so like I'm not gonna sit here and say I've watched everything and listened to everything he said.
I definitely haven't.
Yeah, that's just like too much.
But no, I mean, we can get
So
into starting fives if we need to, but I don't know if you have another question.
I was just gonna ask Jay what did you think, like what set off his love for music? Like what was the, without giving away anything in your five, like what was kind of the thing that like allowed you to, or like that pushed you to like, okay, I really like, this is one of my passions.
Yeah, I think just being around it. I mean, mom was always playing something different. Shout out, mom, by the way.
Yeah, Lisa.
Yeah, yeah. And then I was just like being around you guys was probably putting me on music that I wouldn't have been able to listen to in the house.
Oh God, yeah,
The
that's
Solano
true.
locker room's got it going. So
Yeah,
yeah,
the pregame was crazy.
yeah, nuts. So yeah, definitely my parents, and then just being around you guys definitely probably where it all started.
Jay is the music guru. Before we get into
Yeah.
it, Jay and I actually have a running I don't know what you want to call it, bit, I guess you could say, where we hit an obscure song of the day every single day.
Every day.
What was
Quite
the
fun.
what was the obscure songs of the day today?
What did we have today, Jay?
No, because it's every day with weights. And
Yeah,
today,
that's right.
yeah.
Every day, yeah. So what was our, I can't remember what our most recent one was.
Yeah, just something you haven't heard in a long time.
Something we haven't heard in a long time. There's been some great ones. I'm like totally losing memory of it, but it's been a very fun series we've tapped into, because Jay has hit some great songs. I think it's gonna bother me, Jay.
Yeah, come to you.
Jay hit us with "It Girl," Jason Derulo.
Wow,
Oh my
that's
God,
That
is
that was
obscure
the
for sure.
that was very obscure.
Speaking of Vegas, I saw Jason Derulo perform in Vegas at a club.
Wow.
I love
feel
that.
like
Yeah.
I feel like I would have said speaking of Jason
Speaking of
Derulo.
Jason Derulo,
I know we weren't speaking of Vegas, so I'll let that one slide, Jay.
no, "It Girl," Jason Derulo was the reason why. I think another one we had the other day was "Burning Up" by the Jonas Brothers. That was a great one.
Another classic.
I'm not with that.
Yeah, I was about to. I knew Jared wasn't gonna back these ones.
That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
That's
okay.
why they're
It's
obscure for a reason.
yeah.
That's true.
I don't know, but Jonas Brothers isn't obscure. They were like super popular for a
It's
long
just
time.
like like
But
they
it's like,
said,
when was the
something you
last
haven't
time?
listened to in a minute. Yeah.
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 When was the last time you listened to Jonas Brothers?
Never in my life.
Dangerous, Cardinal Official. That was a good one Jay had.
They really
Look at
think
these
it's
guys.
fun.
Look at the bond over there in Poke. Oh,
Yeah.
It's a time.
But-
What about Put On by Jeezy?
I
Or
don't
did you
think
ever
that's
listen
that
to that?
obscure, to be honest. That's not that obscure. I'm
That's
pretty sure
When
I
was
heard
the last
that
time
like
you
last
listened to
week.
that?
I
Probably
can't say
like
that one's
5
good
days
play.
ago. Bro, I
Nah.
listen to like mid 2000s hip hop in the weight room often. Like that's a
That's
go-to.
true. When Luke has the ox at the workout when we were at in the Tiger's Den, this guy was
Jared
like
was so surprised. He was like, "Why do you know this stuff?" I was like, "Come on, man, I'm well versed.
he was
I'm
like
well
playing
versed."
my senior year mixtape.
Love that. I love
Yeah.
that.
You gotta respect it, Jay. You gotta respect it. I'm old
I
soul
was
still.
yeah,
I know.
yeah, it was nice.
I
Yeah,
don't
let's
get
get to
Jared's
it.
like approval very often.
I want Jared to lead us off.
Well,
If
well,
he's
before
there.
No,
I gotta
can't.
give Tommy his flowers. He did win last week, so
I
Oh, we
did.
got
to-
both.
yeah.
Wow.
No, I don't know who won the walk on.
We're gonna just assume I won the walk on.
You might have. I think you were
I-
getting some votes.
Fellas,
Surprising.
I'm really shocked I got the win. I cooked my starting five up on camera. I had no previous
Yeah,
research.
I honestly don't think there was much passion behind the voters on this one. So
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, the shoe, they weren't digging the shoe work.
have won the walk on. You and me tied for second, Jared.
Okay, that's cool.
I knew Tommy didn't win the walk on pick.
Yeah, there's no way the Adidas collective was winning.
That's
Yeah.
bad. That's bad look for their brand. Yeah, Tommy won, and then Hav came in second. But I mean, that's one that I feel like you had to listen to because like there's good stories behind the shoes.
Yeah, good stories. Yeah, Luke, I liked your approach. I won't lie.
Thank you.
That was a good
Thank you.
approach.
Yeah,
You've
Yeah,
never
that was
worn
really good.
LeBrons in your life, so like I didn't think it was like a legit list. But
no. Well, I told you why I put him in though.
I
Like
mean,
had to
and
give him
yeah,
I don't-
like I respect it, but like
Yeah.
I
don't
was going
hoop in
with
Jordan
shoes that I
4s.
liked.
So
It's
Jordan 4.
I like to look at him. I just wouldn't put
yeah,
him on my feet.
that's the first thing. That's the first thing my teammate Brock said to me in the film room today. He goes, "You hoop in Jordan 4s?" And I was like, "Absolutely not." And he's like, "This is an interesting list." And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah. But yeah, Tommy said it. We do have starting 5 artists, music artists. Jared. It doesn't sound like
I
he's ready.
didn't-
Tom.
I'm not ready,
actually,
but for a
Jay
different
can-
reason. I wasn't gonna put actual painting artists. That wasn't the point.
Okay, that's good. We usually let the guest go first. Actually, if Jay's
Yeah, let's
ready.
let Jay roll.
Yeah, I can start. Let's see. The one, I'm gonna go with Lauren Hill. Real steady, real solid.
I love it.
Okay.
Miseducation, Lauren Hill, one of the better albums ever, in
Nice.
my opinion. So I'm going with that at the one. The two, we need someone who just doesn't miss. Went with Drake. Easy pick in my opinion. At the 3, we need someone on our team who can play the team role, but can go get us one when we need her to. So we went with Beyonce.
Yes.
Wow.
Child, little solo.
You guys got a lot of female love.
Yeah.
Those are the only 2 females. Only 2 females. At the 4, I went a real team player. One of the best feature artists in my opinion. I went with Ty Dolla $ign.
Ace.
Real different. Best feature artist in my opinion out right now. And then at
He
the
is
5,
great.
I just went with a big name in the industry. I went with the Jay-Z.
Oh,
I like the list.
Yeah.
Well thought
Yeah.
out.
not gonna
as
name
well.
any names, but somebody skipped a Hove song shoot around yesterday for a DaBaby song, and Jay and I were not happy about it.
That's interesting.
That's
That's
a
different.
terrible look.
It's an
Oh my
interesting
God.
play.
I'm not gonna name names. You know who you are.
Yeah.
And he followed it up by saying that the song playing was better than the
Which Hove song was it?
It was Izzo, and he changed it to Under the Sun.
Wait, what? What was the Hove song? I'm sorry.
Izzo.
Oh, Izzo. Gotcha.
changed it to Under the Sun. So I guess it's Dreamville featuring Baby.
It's a bad take.
Yeah.
Bad take. Bad take.
I'll go ahead and go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, not to call out any of his picks, but
my
Go ahead, Tom.
backcourt.
No,
I'm gonna
Tom.
ignore that. My backcourt, I've got the GOAT at the 1, Michael Jackson, Mike Jack. Just an absolute showman. Could not have him on the list. And then at the 2, I've got who I like to call our modern day Michael Jackson, to me at least, Bruno Mars. And then what? Gross.
Jesus.
Gross.
I'm not.
Gross
Don't get
said-
me started. We're talking about agendas and stuff. I'm gonna get mad. So just keep going.
At the 3, Jay had a great pick. I had Lauryn Hill. I'm a big fan of Lauryn Hill. And then at the 4, I've got my personal goat. Luke already knows J. Cole. At
Yep,
the
I
4,
knew
J.
it.
Cole
That was the
hoops.
one that
So
I see. Tom, I withstood me leaking in the group chat when we choose.
yeah,
this.
I was gonna pick him anyway because he actually hoops. So I had to put him in the starting 5.
Yeah.
Gives us some height. At the 5, Jay already knows my 5 because he was over about an hour ago. Jay already knows my 5. I was tossing it up between a lot of artists, and we went with shout out to the Yay area E40.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'm a big E40 fan.
Thought you were gonna
love
go Lizzo, but
Okay,
Lizzo was
okay.
definitely in the.
She was in the running.
Not to name any other names, but
nuts.
not to name any other names, but Lizzo, Rod Wave, CeeLo Green were all being considered.
Yeah,
It was
Rod
going
Wave
for
was
the-
Rod Wave was also in my tryouts. He didn't make the cut though.
Rod Wave didn't make the squad, but he was definitely
Yeah.
in tryouts.
No, he got through the first cut, not the second. Jared, you still over there fumbling, or
Jared, are
want me
you
to go?
ready? Or
go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Okay,
Oh, I can
okay.
go. I can go. I'll go.
Okay, my
Alright,
bad,
I'll
bro.
go. All right, I'll go. All right. So at the point guard, obviously different generation. It's all right. This isn't even my generation. Point guard, I'm going Bob Dylan, greatest songwriter of all time.
Okay.
Yeah. I know Jay likes that one.
I love that.
At the shooting guard, got Lucky Lefty, Hove himself, Jay-Z. At the small forward, we spoke about earlier, my Ron Artest type pick. Give me Kanye. Yay. Yeezus. Very, unpredictable.
Yeah, that's a
But
good
you
way to
kind
put
of
it.
you need a little bit of crazy to win a title. That's all I'm saying.
For sure. That's why we have E40.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. At the power forward, not the biggest power forward, but real smooth, knows how to work in and out of a flow, can produce his ass off. Give me Andre 3000.
Oh, good pick.
That's a
Yeah.
tremendous pick.
It's a phenomenal pick.
Now-
That is a phenomenal pick.
I'm actually very amazed that Tommy and Jay didn't pick this, but my center just bigger than life name, person, skill, flow. Give me Notorious, B.I.G.
Biggie was also
Well
in the
done.
tryouts,
Well done.
Yeah, for sure.
but I'm a huge Bay Area guy, so I could not give love to E40.
Well done.
All right, there we go.
All right, man. Man, I'm excited about this one. All right, so at the 1, we got a real hoop head. He's shown his talents off a few times on a big stage, All-Star Weekend. Give me Justin Bieber at the 1. I don't think anyone. He was really overlooked in everyone else's lineups. I don't know why. This guy's got a strap.
Big fan of Justin Bieber's game, man. Big fan.
He got the ugly left.
Bieber at 1. At the 2, in his name, that he's got a good jump shot. Put Folsom on the map. Give me Johnny Cash at the 2. Folsom.
My
put him
God.
on. You know what I'm saying? You guys, I
You
think
don't
you
even
guys
listen
like,
to Johnny.
This
I
dude's a Johnny Cash.
bro. Duh, put Folsom on the map. Johnny Cash. He obviously got a jump shot. So
Oh
Johnny
my
Cash. My Folsom Lights will appreciate that pick. At
Is
the
that what you guys
small
calling
forward,
yourselves?
Did you
say the
Folsomites?
Yeah, the Folsomites.
At the small forward, this is gonna be my showstopper. This is I personally am a big fan of this fella's work. He's one of the most talented people in the entertainment industry, I believe. Give me Justin Timberlake at the 3. I think this guy just does it all. So why not put him on the floor? At the 4, this is where I made a lot of different substitutions leading up to the final lineup. I want 2 Chainz at the 4. I think we've all seen some 2 Chainz highlights of him in high school. This guy can hoop. This guy can really hoop. He's a big body down there. I think he's about 6'5".
Shout out
I
Titty
want
Boy,
Titty
man.
Boy. Yeah, I want Titty Boy. Give me 2 Chainz. And then at the 5, I think we the Rod Wave talk. I know.
Oh my
Jared went with
God.
Notorious B.I.G. Give me Fat Joe at the 5.
Oh,
It's a good pick, man. That's
That's
a good pick.
Like,
That's
bro,
funny.
come on, man. Fat Joe. This guy's
Okay.
grabbing at
Luke,
least 15
I'm voting
boards.
for you this week.
Go ahead and
couldn't
reverse
play
it and give us the walk on, Luke.
And Fat Joe with the never mind. Sorry.
Man,
He's got the acting skills. Come on, man.
This guy,
That's a great
like I said, bro, I picked a versatile group
That's a
of
great
guys.
pick.
Thank you. All right, I'll go first. Walk on. So there's rumors of this guy being in the new rendition of White Man Can't Jump. So give me Jack Harlow. That's my walk on pick. I like it.
Hey, Jared.
Oh, we're going backwards. Oh man, this is tough because like walk on pick is like music. It's hard. I got a couple, but I think I'm gonna go throw the curveball that we talked about. Doesn't get talked about enough. Really set the stage for a lot of music. Give me Jack White of the White Stripes. Innovative guitarist.
Okay. My walk-on pick, absolutely just rising to the scene in this last year. She is just absolutely incredible, unreal. Give me Thames. Just a special voice.
Wow.
I was also thinking about throwing Tory Lanez in there because Tory Lanez been real heavy in my rotation lately, but Thames. I'm going with Thames.
Tory Lanez is a talented individual.
He is.
My walk on. This isn't a people's pick. This is a personal pick. I have to throw him in. Tommy knows all about him.
It's a great pick.
Just Kalen for real. Always heavy rotation, all times.
Kalen for real will never leave my rotation as long as I'm listening to music ever again.
Yeah.
Jared, I don't know if you're familiar with Kalen for real's game, but
Yeah, Keys listens to him
special.
for sure.
I really
So,
don't listen to
I've
him,
heard
to
it.
be honest.
Yeah, I don't like. Is how much different is he? He's different than Seti Hendrix, right? There's like different vibe. I'm asking this a serious question.
I'll let Jay answer.
A little
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Do you guys, Jay? Do you listen to Coda the Friend or no?
I feel like I've heard a song, but I don't know like a lot.
Got it. That's like my
And,
underground guy.
I'm just gonna go ahead and shout out Blast while we're on here because he's also always in the rotation. Kalen for real and Blast.
Hey, that's Luke's guy right there.
People know I listen to like a lot of sad like R&B music. Like I'm a big Giveon guy.
Luke, let's hear the
Bryson
hook, bro.
Tiller,
Can you hit me with the hook?
No.
And Luke, yeah, can we get a singing clip from Luke?
Why? My
Little
internet might
Tiller?
No, isn't Blast the dude that does the noise that you always make?
What? No, you lost me.
All right, never mind.
I'm lost.
No,
as
I'm
well.
actually confused. I'm not even trying to like not do something. I'm just confused.
Nah, it's cool. I'm not sure if it's him.
I'm realizing
Anyway.
my walk-on pick is going to be bad because I took a real basketball approach rather than a music approach, but it's okay.
There's some good. These are some good starting.
Yeah,
five
it's
to walk
tough.
on.
There's like a lot, you know. Shout out Jimi Hendrix. Didn't get him on there.
Jimi Hendrix was my backup two guard, man.
Oh, yeah, Jimi Hendrix. John Lennon. Nobody said John Lennon.
Eric Clapton was in my rotation as well.
I'm surprised about that. That's shout
You
out.
could really
Mark
go
and Michelle
anywhere with
Abdallah.
this.
Mark and Hannah for surely.
Yeah.
You could really go anywhere with this.
Yeah.
But before we wrap things up,
We didn't even put Eminem on there, but
Yeah, that's too easy.
yeah, face it.
Johnny Cash.
Before
Oh,
we wrap
God,
it up
shut
here,
up.
Jay and I have been on the golf course here in Pocatello only one time, and Jay didn't play, but I know he was eager to get a few swings in. So, if Jared, you have any knowledge to give Jay, let us know.
Jay, well, you got that Kalen for real, and heavy rotation.
Heard you.
If you keep that 50 chips in heavy rotation every single night, You're gonna get right, bro. You're gonna get right.
Hey, Luke, Jay, this is turning into like a. He gives a different delivery every time. This is turning into. This is reminding me of Ike's lunch. How Tony would deliver Don's for the whole first season.
No, he changes his delivery every single time now.
Is it not elite?
No, it is. It is.
I'm glad you can think on your toes like that.
Yeah, that's
man.
awesome. That's incredible.
I just shot a 82 at Spanos the other day. By the way, I'm
Hey,
I'm
shout
about to
out,
turn the
shout
corner,
out.
bro. I'll turn the corner.
I like it.
Yeah,
I'm playing.
I don't know
I'm
if
playing
Jay,
tomorrow.
Do you golf at all, Jay?
No.
Oh, yeah, wait, isn't never mind. No, we won't talk about it, Jay. Never mind.
Wait.
I was gonna say you talked about your tournament that you were playing in, but
Oh yeah, that didn't go well.
yeah, that's
I gotta dust myself off and just pick up the
We won't.
pieces.
We don't need to talk about Jared's tournament.
It was very cold.
ball was
I feel
not
like my
flying out
ball
there.
flight. Yeah, my ball wasn't flying like it usually flies out there. Contact was a little spotty.
Okay.
I feel like the marshal was holding me back.
Greens weren't receptive.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Jay, we appreciate you so much for joining us on this fine Wednesday evening.
Yeah, appreciate
Shout
you.
out Jay Nagle. Shout out the whole Nagle squad. John, Lisa. Shout out the Solano fam. 707.
Big 707.
Yeah. Shout out ZP 707 boys. Say it backwards.
Oh.
A lot of passion coming from Jared's section tonight.
That's right.
You
Wow, love
gotta
here.
love it. You gotta love it. Just truly a great guest. Chop it up with Jay anytime. And we've really got to wrap things up here because Jay and I have practice in the morning. So
yeah.
With all that being said, we have business to take care of. So we appreciate you guys all for listening in. Episode 15, I believe, if I'm correct. Just moving on up. We'd love to see it. Appreciate everybody. Thank you guys so much. And as always, these are your favorite walk-ons, and we are walking out.